Hey everybody, welcome back to Unsolicited Bourbon Reviews, episode 55, and today we'll be reviewing Lucky 7 Straight Kentucky Bourbon Whiskey, and this is the Jokester. So I did not know really anything about this particular brand. I just saw it on the shelf, I saw it was on sale, and I decided to purchase it. So kind of once I bought it, I kind of started looking into it and kind of see what it's about. So this is a fairly new company. I think they're started in 2018 or 2019, something along those lines. So basically like two buddies who liked bourbon, liked movies, and they decided to start their own bourbon or whiskey company. So kind of what the name is Lucky 7, it's for Stage 7, which is a Warner Brothers, really famous Warner Brothers film studios. So they filmed Casablanca, Rebel Without a Cause, the original Ocean's 11. Let's see, what else did they do? The original A Star is Born. So a lot of legendary films were filmed at Stage 7 in Burbank, California. So that's how they got the name Lucky 7. So it's kind of an ode to the film industry. So I think this is pretty cool. So what they do, I'll throw it in the chat. So each bottle has a QR code that's a link, and it takes you to YouTube, and they do kind of like a spoof of a famous movie scene. So the Jokester is actually an ode to actually one of my all-time favorite films. I'm not going to say the name. I'll go ahead and throw it in the chat. You guys can watch it, and you guys can figure out which scene it is. It should be fairly easy for most, but it's cool. And, I like movies, and, so I think it's really neat what they did. And actually have another bottle of this that I'll review. It's actually a 14-year. So this is a 6-year. So what these guys do is they don't distill their own stuff, right? So what they do is they source it from other unannounced Kentucky distilleries, and then they just finish it. So it's pretty common. What a lot of startups do, they'll just finish it. So they have a little bit of a profile on here, and it's kind of a cheat sheet. But this is a 95 proof. The mash bill is undisclosed. This is saying that it carries notes of dried fruit, toasted nuts, vanilla, and a kiss of creme brulee. So I had this before, and we'll kind of talk about it again. But again, pretty cool, and enough talking about it. We'll jump right into it. So we'll open it, and it is corked. It's good stuff. So again, this is a 95 proof. This is a blend. So again, we're not going to get that heat because it's a low proof, but it has really nice color, and it is consistent with the 6 years. So it says right on the label, this is a 6-year. The nose, I definitely got the dried fruit. So I think that was a very easy giveaway in terms of without having to read the profile of this. A lot of fruit, and it does kind of have like a Blanton's kind of smell to it. And I'm not saying this is Blanton's by any means, but I would almost say this is kind of comparable. One, easier to find, and two, probably better for a price point. Again, you don't really get that 95 proof on the nose. And we'll go ahead and give it a sip. So I don't really get that much of this as kind of a nut, like a toasted nut. I definitely get the vanilla. I definitely get the dried fruit, but I do kind of get more of a rye spice to this. So I mean, it does have a little bit of a heat for 95, and I think it's pretty unique about this because you're kind of going into it. It's less than 100 proof, so you're not really expecting a good finish. But I think this is really smooth, and it has a really nice finish for only being a 95 proof. So I think right there, I think this really makes it notable in terms of, even though it's a blend, even though it's not their own stuff. I think this is really good. Do another sip. So that second sip, I do get, it's a little bit sweeter on the palate. I definitely get vanilla. I don't really get that charred creme brulee per se, but I definitely get a lot of fruit, caramel, vanilla, that nice finish. So I think this is good stuff. So we'll rate it for price. I paid $60 for it. I gave it a 6.5. I don't know if I would, it's good, but not $65 good. Taste, I will say this is a solid 8. So we'll meet in the middle. We'll say this is a solid 7. So get your hands on it. Lucky 7 to Jokester. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.